Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. I have no game capture again. This is great. There we go. Now I have the game capture back up. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I mentioned, back here for round 5 at Spa. Let me know if the levels are good. This man moving into the Ferrari suit, leaving the Red Bull at a dominant car. So let's see what he can do. Let's get a little bit of information, track information up for you guys. You guys will look through. Belgian Grand Prix, as I mentioned, track built in 1953. Usually we're supposed to go full qualifying. Unfortunately, with the low numbers of being only 12 this evening, we opted to go towards short qualifying. Man on track right now, taking a bit of the grass, but these drivers are going to have to contest with 22 flying laps this evening. And it's going to be dry race though, so some of the guys in the Ferrari powered cars, such as Ryan, who had a wonderful time in the Aston Martin last week and in France, picking up 2 victories so far this season, is opted to go full-time, so he is going to be smack dab in that Alfa Romeo, and I love the Alfa Romeo, but the straight line speed is going to hinder him just a bit. Rain still coming down quite a bit. Stig doing a wonderful job outperforming the Alfa Romeo as it speaks. Jake in 3rd. We have Bill holding on to P2 right now. ABR Ryan, provisional poles it stands, and an Alfa Romeo went off 55.7, so the track might be improving quite a bit. Hubs leaving the Alpine to go to the AlphaTauri. Bill opting out of the AlphaTauri to go towards the Alpine. And his tier teammate, Devla, is going to pick up a reserve spot this evening for the Alpine. Subbing in for Elise, who's not here this evening. Ross sitting in the pits. Allow your face in the pits. Looks like Robbo goes quicker than Operator. Operator pushing for a flying lap as we speak. But it's a daunting qualifying lap here at Spa. One of the longest tracks, if not, I believe it is the longest on the calendar, kilometer-wise, how much you have to drive. And each corner takes up pretty much your focus as a driver. So we'll see what these guys can do. Jake in the pits. We're going to ride with Jake if he goes out for another qualifying lap. We have 7 minutes and 57 seconds remaining. Keep a look through now. Ryan's still pushing on those intermediate tires. 3 laps on him. Looks like Hubs goes up to P4. Just a little bit quicker. 1/10 up on Bill. Bill saying he actually really enjoyed this Alpine. Said the same thing about the AlphaTauri, but he's joining the Alpine so we can see if he can take that Alpine to glory. He has a couple, I think he has 3 podiums with that AlphaTauri, so we'll see if he can make it 4 out of 4 with a different team this evening. Zio opting to retire. I believe he actually had an incident and crashed out on track during qualifying, so he's going to start P12, but he's going to have a free choice of tires. See if Operator can get himself higher. We're only Red Bull here this evening. You are Robbie, who's been put into the Red Bull team, unfortunately out sick this evening, so hopefully you get better, mate, if you're watching. See if Operator can get himself in the top 10. He did invalidate that last lap, I believe. Phil on his way out. Phil, brand new Mercedes driver, along with his teammate Robbo, who's sitting P10. Going for a flyer as he spins out, loses the back end of the car. Ryan goes quicker with a 55.2. And he's really flying with that Alfa Romeo. See if anybody can get close to a 55.2 right now. Phil is the closest with a 55.8. He was in the Alpine as well with Hubs, but has been moved up to our Mercedes to give him just a bit more behind that wheel. See if he can really put the power down in that Mercedes this evening. He's on an out lap. This man is on an out lap. Where is he at? Actually, he's about halfway through the track right now. We're going to ride with him on a lap around Spa this evening. Give him a little TV time. Maybe make him sweat a little bit more. get that track information off for you guys. And I will also give you guys an update on the championship points as we load into the race. While these guys sit on the paddock and have a 5-minute complimentary break, I will give you guys a rundown of the full points coming into round 5 this evening. It is pretty spicy. I would commend these guys for the last 2 weeks as well. Not a single incident reported to the stewards. These guys having one heck of a time racing each other very, very respectfully too. Seen a lot of close battles, a little bit of contact here and there. That's the way it's done around here with Realistic, and I do appreciate it, you guys. Keep racing each other clean. Makes everybody have a more enjoyable race. But as this man gets ready to go for his hot lap, let's get his information up and dive on board with a new Ferrari driver, Jake, who's leading the championship. Coming up to turn 1, we got saw a lot of crashes in real life. Saw Alonso's McLaren hop over Charles Leclerc's Alfa Romeo coming down the hill. Rain is heavy, so we might have to lift going up the hill of El Rouge and then Radion. He does definitely lift. Holds onto the Ferrari quite nicely though, and then coming down. DRS not available right now with wet condition, camel straight. Nicely done entry. Don't want to attack too much of that curve. Maybe went a tad bit wide on the exit. That's a little bit there. And in the corner, I think I hate the most. As Devlis sets that Alpine on provisional pole with a 54.8, so the track is definitely improving. It's all Bill's Alpine getting out of the way of Ferrari. Nicely done by Jake to go around that long, straight car. Have confidence in the car in the wet. Does have the downforce to hold to the track. In these 2 corners, you don't want to touch the curb because they will spit the back end of that car out. Nicely done. I need to learn all the names of the corners of this track. Goes purple in sector 2. Could he be on a really good flyer here? Could he put that Ferrari on pole and then make me question if I should have dropped him even lower? We'll see. Track is definitely improving though, by lap. Into the final hairpin chicane. 1 right and then 1 left, and then hard on the power as quickly as you can. Crosses the line. Where's Jake gonna put himself? P1, 54.6 as it stands. Nicely done from the new outfitted Ferrari driver. Get his information off. So who else is going for another fly? Let's see if Phil can improve from a 55.8, get himself higher on the board with that Mercedes. Goes a bit wide there on the exit. See what Stig can do in that Alfa Romeo. Ross sitting in the pits. Allow your face. Giving it a go here. See if he can get closer to his teammate who's sitting on provisional pole. We'll stick with him. He is on a flyer as it stands. Gonna cross the line right about now. Where's he gonna put it? There's 55, 56, so good enough for P8. See if Robbo can get himself higher up as well. You typically think that these Mercedes would probably be in the top 5, both of them. Right now, Robbo being a bit below that. Robbo actually races in the Mercedes for Tier 2, I believe. It's Tier 2 or Tier 3. I have to... all those numbers. I believe it's Tier 2. So you should be quite familiar with the sound of the engine. See if he can improve on his 202. I'm sure he can. Sector 4, yellow. Looks like an Alfa Romeo just moving out of the way of the Alpine. Ross is going for his fly, or Robbo's going for the flyer now. Let's see if Bill's pushing for a flyer. He is. He's definitely up on his time too. So let's see, he's up 4/10. Should put him. Maybe hold on to P6 as it stands. Crosses the line. Moves ahead of Hubs to go P5. Hub now drops a P6. Hub on a flyer as well. Can't tell how much time is left because all these extra yellows. I'm taking a lot of the exit there. See if he can improve on his 55.5. He's on an outlap. Okay. Take a look now. Can this man grab pole position in that Ferrari? He's gonna pull into the pits and let fate be his decision. Devlin holding into the pits as well. Phil right now in P3. So, session is over. Can anybody best Jake Wilson's time in that Ferrari with 154.6? Devla sitting in P2 with a 154.8. It's going to be up to these guys who are running a flying lap right now. They're going to have one shot to go. If Phil get himself closer up to these two front runners, maybe put himself on the front starting row grid. Crossing the line now, goes P2. So he's going to start on the front rows at stands. He's going to be the next guy to cross. Bravo is the next guy to cross. He's sitting P10. So an Alfa Romeo, is that Stig? No, that's going to be his teammate. It is going to be Ryan, who's going to be the next to cross and finish up his qualifying. And he hold on to P4 with that Alfa Romeo. Could he put it higher up than P4? Really attacks that entry. Easy done on the exit. Crosses the line now. Stays P4. Is that Bill? Bill's going to pull into the pits. So right behind him is going to be both the AlphaTauris of Ross and Hubdy. Can Ross improve? He does not. Hubdy goes back up to P5. Takes that off of Bill. And Allow Your Face has invalidated, so that is going to be it for qualifying here for round 5. Jake with a Ferrari takes pole position. I'm gonna have to jab a little nice comment in the Discord, but Phil grabs P2 and Devlin P3. Ryan, wonderful job in that. Alfa Romeo is going to start this race P4. One sec, I'm going to have a little jab at Jake right now. Give you guys a rundown of the the qualifying session here for round 5 in Spa. Jake grabs pole position, our championship leader, followed by Phil in P2, Devla P3. We have Ryan in P4, Hubs P5, Bill's P6, SF1 Stig starting the race in P7. Allow Your Face is 8th, Ross in 9th, Robbo 10th. We have Operator and Seal. We're gonna have a fresh choice of tires. Actually, everybody's going to, since there's an intermediate comp. But loading into this, I'll give you guys a points rundown. And once that is done, we'll rest my voice just a bit. And we'll wait for those 22 flying laps here at Spa. Belgian Grand Prix, one of my favorites during racing. Now as we load in that nice sunny weather. Give you guys a look right now at constructors so far this season. We have Red Bull, who you would think leading the way. Mercedes just behind them. The closest behind them is AlphaTauri, which that car has a lot of pace, as well as Aston Martin, which is, you know, just a kind of a, not a shock, but it is a really good job. I know Ryan picking up 2 wins for the Aston Martin team. It really helped those guys out. So they're sitting P4. We have Alpine sitting P5. McLaren having a little bit of difficulties early on in the season, sitting P6. Williams P7. Had a couple guys racing in that suit earlier in the beginning of the season. We have Ferrari who need to pick it up a bit. I think Jake is going to help them out. Let's see if Allow Your Face helps him out as well. Alfa Romeo, I believe, is going to go further up than 27 points with Ryan and Stig being in that team the next 4 races. And Haas, right now, open reserve team, but Stig did score 14 points for them. We'll give you guys a look now at the driver's points. This is what I was giving you guys a little indication. Jake moving from Red Bull over to Ferrari, leading the championship, 129 points. His next competitor, ABL Ryan, sitting in P2 in that Alfa Romeo. We have Bill sitting P3. He is in the Alpine. Molly not here this evening in P4. Allow Face moving to Ferrari P5. We have Ross in 6. SF1 Stig 7. Bill is 8th. We have Robbo 9. So let's see if those Mercs can help each other out. We have Panta, who's not here this evening due to work, unfortunately. In 11th, we have Operator 12. See if he can move himself up with that Red Bull behind him. We have Cressy Football not here this evening. 13. Seal is 14th. Yo Robbie, fortunately unwell this evening, can't make it. 15th. Elise is 16th. Shimon not here this evening in 17th. And SF1, or RSF1, not here this evening. Had a little bit of connection issues. We tried to invite him, but he couldn't join. What is going on, Fatal? Let's see you in the chat. And we'll give you guys a quick look at the reserve points so far. Ella is going to score some massive points, hopefully, this evening. Paps, right now, leading the reserves. We have Morris, who was scheduled to be here, and then he decided he wasn't going to race in P2. Can't not hear it. P7 or P3. And Debla, brand new reserve driver here at Realistic, could score some massive points. And I know Lord Bumbledore is going to jump in eventually. I'm not sure. He's said he's going to have, or he has a league going on, but it's soon to be done with. So keep an eye out for Lord to jump in. It'd be good to see him back racing. I'll give you guys a look at the points heading into this race. Keep that on the screen. I'm going to relax my voice for just a bit. Get ready for these guys to start going. We're on the 29 mark, so it should be probably about 2 or 3 more minutes. It'll be lights out here for round 5 at the Belgian Grand Prix. 22 laps. Let's see what Jake can do with that Ferrari. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about ready to go racing. Let's see how this carries on. So Phil, starting on P2 with that Mercedes, can he take that car to a podium this evening? Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do podiums. Xbox Live is having issues, and I promise you guys, it's not my wire this time. I had my wire connected correctly this time, but I can't join any party for some reason. I know there's a live issue going on, but luckily we can still get the race in. Take a look through everybody warming up those tires. Actually, let's take a look at the tire compound choice. A couple guys going on mediums. Phil and Devla going for a medium strategy. So a medium to soft strategy. Stig doing the same, as well as Robbo and Seal. So look for those guys to carry those tires a little bit further into the race. We have Jake going for an aggressive soft to medium compound run this evening in that Ferrari. We have Ryan doing the same in the Alfa Romeo. Hubs is going to run the soft compound and go to the mediums, as well as Bill. So the two Alpines swapping strategies, that should pay off quite nicely for them. Let's see if they can both get themselves up on a podium. Actually, I'm going to run through and do a helmet check too. See if everybody's wearing those safety helmets. It looks like we don't have that Weber glitch going on this evening, which is good to see. Hopefully it doesn't pop up at any point. I'm going to get that mini map off. Take a look at these guys running around, run through the field. Spa in all its glory. Everybody nicely warming those tires. I know Spa kind of, the AI catches your car pretty quickly, so I'm sure that a lot of these guys you'll start seeing putting a lot of temperature into the brakes. This man being one of them. What can Phil do? He knows he's got a Ferrari ahead of him who is really lacking straight line speed. Can Jake take that Ferrari to glory? Can Jake be the new Michael Schumacher of Ferrari in this realistic? We're going to find out. On that Aston Martin. I almost said Alfa Romeo. He was an Alfa Romeo previous 4 races. Jake lining up to the grid now to put himself on P1 and wait for those 5 red lights. Everybody else pulling up right now as we speak. Nice clean formation lap done by everybody. That's already a good start. Just about ready to go for 22 laps around the Belgian Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. Wait for those 5 red lights once we light. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, waiting for those 5 red lights. 5 are lit. It's lights out at the Belgian Grand Prix. 22 laps ahead of these drivers. Jake gets a great start. He's going to pull on and hold on to the lead. What's going to happen? Turn 1. Maybe Ryan gets a flying start too. He's going to pull into P2 going up the hill. Looks like Phil's gonna drop to P3. Both the Alpines running 4th and 5th. Let's jump on board with Allow Your Face, who's running P6 at the time, going up the hill. Going down the Camel Straight. Is anybody gonna be able to make a move? We'll see. We did have a wonderful battle last week between ABR Ryan and Jake. We'll see if we're gonna have the same here for round 5. AlphaTauri looking quite pacey, looking for a move around that Ferrari. Nothing happening yet, so he's being patient. Patience does pay off. Especially in lead races, we have AlphaTauri diving. His teammate, are they gonna concede to each other? Yeah, great to see that. Stig right now, right behind, just in case anything happens. Operator, right behind, chasing that Mercedes ahead of him. Jake gets off to a pretty crazy start. Pretty clean start too, he's well ahead. Let's see if Phil can catch, Phil had a moment. Both the Alpines looking quite nice right now, running P4 and P5. Somebody caught the dirt on that exit there. Sorry, I'm just watching, making sure. Ooh, who's that getting really racy? I believe that's Robbo looking at the outside of Stig's Alfa Romeo. Stay patient, stay patient. It's only lap 1. You have 21 laps to go after this. Once these guys cross the line, I'll put the intervals and delta back up for you guys. Oh, the exit kind of plays off of Bravo. It's going to put operator up now. Delta back up for you, ladies and gentlemen. Bravo and operator having a good go here into turn 1. Operator takes a position. Right now, Jake with a 1 second lead over Ryan. These two battled a lot in Imola last week. Let's see if they have another battle coming on our way. Bravo gets a great run off of Radion. He's going to go. Oh, they touch. Ooh, that was close. Luckily, there's no damage done. Hopefully, side pod damage done. Operator's going to back out and just follow that Mercedes for a little bit. Let's see if Stig can get closer. He's on a medium compound, so it's going to hinder him just a bit. Right now, Ross and Hubdy Staying toe-to-toe with each other, chasing down Allow-Your-Face, who is looking right behind that Alpine of Bill. As Ryan picks up his first time penalty of the race, and our first penalty of the race. First driver to have 3 seconds. He is trying to chase Jake in that Ferrari. What has happened to Devla? Devla has had a moment. Does he have damage to the car? I can't see if he has damage. I don't see any, but it looks like he doesn't have any turn-ins, so he might have to die for the pits. That's going to open the door for operator to go up to P10. Jump on board with the Red Bull driver. Jake sets a fast. ABR cancels that out, sets a fast lap. DRS is now available for these guys. Let's see our leader right now trying to drive away from ABR Ryan going up the hill. Ryan, can he get DRS? He's within that detection zone. DRS is his. These two running and racing each other might play off each other. Bill and Allow-Your-Face go around. So Allow-Your-Face moves himself up to P4. Bill falls to P5. Ross looking quite racy in that AlphaTauri just behind him. In case anything happens. Bill goes a bit deep. That's going to open the door for Ross. What has happened to Devla? Devla's had another moment. I wonder if Devla is struggling a little bit with that Alpine this evening. Gaps at the top are pretty close, but the battle for P4 is still very, very heavy. Ross could look for a good opportunity here. He's right behind that Alpine. Hubs could have a good race too. He's sitting behind just in case. Sector 2 yellows that. Oh, it's Devla, unfortunately, again. Once we go around turn 1, I'm going to go back on a POV of Hubs because he's right behind these guys. There are a lot of positions to be made ahead of Hubs, who's sitting on a soft compound. Bill, the only one up there in P3 right now on a medium compound. Look for that delta between himself and Ryan to start deplete a bit once those softs start to go off. Typically around lap 9. Gonna go up the hill and see if we have any battles. Bill chasing that Ferrari. Allow-Your-Face gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Devla's gonna pull into the pits. Bill makes a move around Allow-Your-Face. Is Ross gonna go for the same thing going into turn 3? They touch a bit. Looks like that is job done by Ross. Can he hold on? He's gonna go. Oh, there's a bit of contact there. Oh no, 3 wide is not gonna happen in this corner. Unfortunately, Allow-Your-Face picks up and then plate damage. Tap the back of Ross. So that Ferrari. Oh! Hubby gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Bill now moves up to P4. It's gonna try to chase down Phil ahead of him. Hubs and Ross having quite a battle here. Keep an eye on that gap ahead of us. Bravo is looking like he's going to take that position off of Allow-Your-Face. I believe Allow-Your-Face is probably... Oh, that was a little bit dangerous. Oh, Bravo makes it clean through, though. As you can see, Allow-Your-Face really struggling with that wing. Is he going to die for the pits? He has stick just behind him. Allow-Your-Face is going to opt to hold and stay out. Stay right behind in case anything happens to stay on board with these two. Yeah, Larry Pace, you can't cut the track that much and think you're gonna get away with it. What just happened there? I just caused some damage to the Mercedes of Rabo. That, I'm sure, is going to be one of the first clips we see to the stewards in 3 weeks. I'm sure that's going to be taken a look at, because live face, you can't cut the corner and try to take a position like that. Rabo suffered out of that deal now, so Seal moves up to Pete. Pete's end. Devla, in case anything happens, Seal gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Gap at the top right now, 1.9. So Jake really putting the performance into that Ferrari. Phil is starting to catch ABR Ryan. Those soft compounds starting to dig just a bit. Devlo gets himself a 3-second time penalty. Something happened to the operator. Didn't quite catch it in time. But this man putting himself closer and closer to Ryan ahead of him. DRS is now his, so he can pull that gap down even further. Somehow your face pulls into the pits. I'm sure Bravo's probably going to do the same thing. Can Phil stay within that DRS of the Alfa Romeo ahead of him? Going down the Camel Straight. DRS is his. How much can he pull close to ABR Ryan, who's in the Alfa Romeo? Phil not close enough yet for a turn. Gonna hold right there as Hubs and his teammates swap positions. Still trying to chase the Alpine ahead. This is just helping Bill. I'm sure Bill's enjoying this quite a bit. Devlin sets the fastest lap of the race with a 46.8. Just in case anything happens, Phil's going to come out on a hard compound and try to take those to the end. Devlin moves past. As Rabo gets himself a time penalty. A lot of time penalties are starting to come in for these guys this evening. It could play an ultimate factor in the end of this race. We're gonna wait to find out. But Phil looking really, really pacey right now, right behind that Alfa Romeo. Is Phil gonna go for a look on the outside? Can he get the job done before? No, Ryan's gonna pull into the pits. And now Phil off to chase Jake, who is in P1, held onto the lead for the entire race. He is about 2.4 down on the leader. That puts Bill into a podium. Bill, right now, could make it 4 for 4. Devlin gets himself a time penalty. Hubs just behind. Can Hub D have a look at the Alpine going to turn 1? Oh, that was close. I thought Bill was going to turn over and block that move, but he held his line. ABR Ryan has gone for a hard compound. That is interesting with the Alfa Romeo. I would have considered it being a soft to medium unless his tire jag was massive. As the face has crashed out. Where does that happen? Jump on board with Devla. Must have been at the top of the hill. That's a full safety car. So, yeah, he's crashed at the top of Radion. That's going to give Devla a chance to get back. We are in full safety car conditions here at lap 7. So it's going to be a question of what happens to these guys on a soft compound. Do they go for a medium and try to stick those mediums to the end? They could potentially last that long, but they are going to be very, very, very heavily worn towards the end of the race. Or are they going to play it safe and go for a hard compound like you saw Ryan do? This is going to help Rabo get back into the race as well. Let's see what these leaders do. Yeah, I heard about that on Friday. Fatal. That has been brought up. Let's see what Jake does here. The medium compounds are definitely going to go on because a pit window indication powered by AWS just let us know. So mediums for our leader. Jake or Phil is going to stay out on his medium compound. A lot of guys pulling into the pits now. Both the AlphaTauris double stack the pit stop. He's going to have to hold and let Ryan through. Oh, now that was Stig. Stig on his way out now. Operator on his way out now on a hard compound. Devla, let's see what he does. Yeah, that might have to be looked at. I'll take a look at that. So Devla into the pits. Potentially probably going to put on the medium compounds and take him to the end. Same with Robbo. Mediums going on for Devla in that Alpine. Let's see what Robbo does in the Mercedes. Yep, mediums are going to go on as well. So now we're under full safety car conditions. Phil opting to stay out on his medium compound. Just waiting for everybody to pull up to the tail end of these guys. On his way. These guys pretty much, I would say 3/4 a lap ahead of him, so he's got some time to pull up to the gap. In the meantime, let's take a nice gander look at Spa riding with Phil, who is holding on to P1. Jake, a net leader really, who's behind him, boxing for the medium compounds in that Ferrari, doing a wonderful job this evening, performing in that Ferrari. Was in the Red Bull, picked up a lot of points in that Red Bull team, but now is in the Ferrari. Let's see if he can do the same this evening. Don't think I didn't miss that random tire that's sitting out in the middle of the track. Let's see if anybody else is close enough to see it. We'll jump on board with Devla. Is that tire still there? Yeah, there's a random tire sitting out in the middle of the track. One of the pit crews forgot to go chase their tire. Luckily, it's not hindering anybody right now. These guys going down the Camel Straight now, so we should be probably going back to racing after this lap. Let's see what these guys are. Yeah, they're pulling up to the pack right now as we speak, so it should be going back to green flag racing. What can this man do from P1? Sitting on used mediums, he's got a driver right behind him. Sitting on fresh mediums, already boxed. What can Bill from P3 do on that Alpha, or not Alpha, but the Alpine? That's Ryan just behind him. It's going to be an interesting way to see how this ends. Bring up the deltas for you guys. Race control should let us know just around this corner. Safety car is coming in this lap, so let's see what this restart holds for these guys. 11 drivers still to, or not 11 drivers, but these two opting to change positions. That's not how it goes under a safety car. You guys got to hold your positions, but 11 drivers remain here. Just about 13 laps to go. Right on board with Phil. Let's see when he decides to start. Restart this pack. He's figured he'd bunch him up. He's got to wait for the safety car to pull into the pit lane, which takes quite a bit of time here. Ooh, that was close between him and Jake. Typically, what I would usually do in league racing is bunch these guys up. He went a little early. I usually go once I get right here. But he's off to the races. We have Jake just behind. Everybody gets a good clean restart. That tire's still sitting there. Bill right behind in P3. We have Ryan in P4 as AlphaTauri has a moment there. It was between either Hubdy or Ross. As operators retired from the race, unfortunately for the Red Bull driver. I don't see any indication of safety car or VSC. These guys are still putting that throttle down. Yeah, I think it's going to be clear. Fortunate for operator this evening. But we saw an AlphaTauri overtake Ryan in that Alfa Romeo. Keep an eye on the lead. Let's jump through. Jake chasing Phil ahead of him. How's everybody else doing? Keeping it a bit clean. Ryan's struggling just a bit at this restart. He is on those hard compounds, so the guys on mediums are going to have a little bit more pace on him. Could open the door for the AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo behind Ryan. As you see, the AlphaTauri really catching that Alfa Romeo. Going for a move here into the final chicane. Looks like Ryan makes the car wide enough, but the AlphaTauri gets the inside line. Can he get a good exit? He does. That's going to be Ross up to P5. Operator, unfortunately, 3-second time penalty and then crashing out of this race. So 10 remain. 11 laps done. 22. So Phil holding onto the lead. Can he hold on a bit longer? He should have the outright pace against this Ferrari and the Camel Straight. Bill getting closer and closer to that Ferrari. Hub's holding on to P4. Ross's teammate right behind him as we have a move. Devla gets overtaken by Robbo and that Mercedes. Robbo up to P9. Seal holding on to P8. Take a gander what track we're at next week as well. That way I don't forget. Ooh, yeah. Okay, it's gonna be a nice one next week as well. SF1 Stick picks up a 3-second time penalty. Actually, give you guys a look at the time penalties so far in this race. Right now, Hubdy sitting on 3 seconds. We have ABR Ryan on 3 seconds. Stig is on 3 seconds. Seal on 3. Robbo on 3. And Devla is on 6 seconds. Back to the tire compounds for you guys. Lovely aerial camera. You know I love my aerial cameras. They're the best. Codemasters camera angles sometimes are the absolute worst. Bill closing in on Jake and Phil just ahead. DRS is now enabled. I wonder if that tire is throwing anybody off. Let's see what happens with a Ferrari. I'm sure he's going to use his battery and DRS. Let's see what Phil can do in that Mercedes. It should be it. Oh no, Phil's lost it. Phil's lost it and got himself a 3-second time penalty. He's crashed out of the lead of this race. Is that going to be a safety car? It's not. So Jake takes the lead of this race. Unfortunate for Phil this evening. He just got caught out on the curb. What has happened to Phil? Unfortunate. Only surviving Mercedes right now is his teammate, who's really stuck in a pact of battling between ABR Ryan. Oh, that was a bit of grass going for a look on the inside of Seal. Let's jump on board with these guys. Really, really battling it. Seal goes a bit out of shape. Oh, Seal's crashed out too. What is ABR's Ryan's lost it? What is going on here at lap 12? Ryan survives. Seal crashes out. No safety car yet. My goodness, Jake now. Seal has left the session. Unfortunate for Seal this evening. All in a matter of a couple corners, we lose a driver, and one of the drivers. Oh my goodness. Stig has crashed. Where has Stig lost it? What has happened here at lap 12? Earmark, we have a full safety car with 7 drivers remaining in this race. I'm sure most of these guys are going to box for a soft compound. Why not go for a soft compound towards the end? A couple guys have missed the pit entry. Yeah, Ryan's going to dive in. I'm sure he's going to put a soft compound on that Alfa Romeo. Oh my gosh. Lap 12 was carnage. Lap 12 was infamous. I think next week for the Singapore Grand Prix, we're going to have a lap 12 memorial for all those we've lost in lap 12. We'll stay silent in lap 12. This track is unforgiving when it comes to the curbs. And it started that way last year on the 2020 game. I remember that. Because I used to love the Belgian Grand Prix, and then my first couple laps on the beta at Spa was just like, what have they done to this track? It is so brutal. Ryan now pulls out on a soft compound. He's gonna have to follow a delta, but these guys ahead of him have collected the safety car. Allow Your Faces left the session, crashing out earlier on. Yeah, Phil, and it's unfortunate holding on to the lead of the race and then getting caught out by the safety car, and then just, I mean, what followed behind you has just been a catastrophic nightmare for some of these guys. It wasn't just you, Phil. Seal lost it, and then a couple corners later, Ryan lost it, but survived, and then just about, I would say, 30 seconds later, Stig loses it and crashes out. We'll see if any of these guys do box for a soft compound. Ryan, the only one at that time able to go for it. He could make up quite a few positions here and take the lead of this race if anybody ahead of him does go for a soft compound. Let's find out. Alright, Jake over. He's not going to box. Bill doesn't decide. Anybody else gonna give it a go? No, they're going to all stay on those medium compounds, and Ryan is going to be the only driver that's going to restart this race on a soft compound. We know Ryan picks up wins. Let's see what he can do in that Alfa Romeo in the closing stages of this race with a soft compound. It could really attack these guys ahead of him. Touch the curb at Rouge. Tires only at 40% worn. Race is going planned to the first safety car. Yeah, Ryan's mentioned something about the first safety car as well. He had to box early on for a hard compound, and then as soon as he boxed, I think it was like 2 laps later, the safety car came out. Right now, this man could make it 4 out of 4 podium-wise when it comes to realistic tier. Having a lot of luck so far in the season. I know he puts a lot of time in practice-wise too. So Bill Jizz, the man I like to call King Sweat, while between him and Harrison trying to trade positions on TT times. See what happens with the rest of these guys. By keeping it nice and clean. Only 7 drivers out of the 12 we had are going to be able to take these final laps. Let's see if they can survive the final. It has been absolutely carnage. I thought Imola was going to be worse. Imola, a full wet race last week, and I think we only had one guy. No, I know Hubs had to retire for a wrist issue. Safety car is in this lap. I saw the lights go off, so I don't need the race indication to tell me so. Let's see what Jake does here on the restart. How much is he gonna box these guys up behind him? 6 drivers looking for a win. Ryan has 2 on his name. Bill has a couple podiums. Can Bill convert that into a win here? Alpine's engine has a little bit more power than the Ferrari suit, but is down when it comes to chassis-wise and turn-in. But we do know that those AlphaTauris are quite massively quick. Ross and Hubdy piloting them. Oh, Jake went really early. Might have caught Hubs, or not Hubs, but Bill out just a bit. No, Bill's gonna stay right behind. Both Hubs and Ross looking quite pacey right behind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's survive the rest of this race. As we see an AlphaTauri look for the inside of Bill. Bill gets a good exit there, stays wide. Can they chase that Ferrari ahead? We know the Ferrari is really down on power in the straight line. Everybody lifting there a bit, going up. I think they've seen the carnage that has happened early on. Look at the toe these guys are getting on that Ferrari coming down the line. AlphaTauri gonna move past Bill. Bill's old team takes P2. Can he go and chase Jake in that for our first position? Bravo getting really racy there with the AlphaTauri. Jump on board with them. Bill, the turn in, I think he might opt for a wide exit. He might be enjoying that. I don't know, maybe that's the setup. Maybe he likes the wide exit fast down. Oh, they go a bit wide though. Bill might have picked up a warning for that. These guys all chasing a victory this evening. They can all see Jake ahead of them in that Ferrari, and they do know that Ferrari is a bit down on power. Ryan's looking pretty racy behind the Mercedes Bravo. Imola was me too. Oh yeah. Seal, my race was just not my fault. Got spun lap 1, got spun at a safety car, and had someone thinking they were a Schumacher sending it on the inside, and then died. Seal, make sure you turn that clip in. I was mentioning earlier, you guys didn't have any clips for 2 weeks now. I guess we can make the stewards start working again. Although I do know that they have a couple clips from the tier racing happening this week. Etiquette on the race day is going to be one thing I'm going to start tackling when it comes to those tier races. I've seen quite a few clips myself. Keep a race safety car in this lap. Don't need that. We already know the safety car's in. Let's see what Hubs can do in that AlphaTauri. Chasing Raba or Jake ahead of him in that Ferrari. Can he get close enough? Bill right now, P3. If I were you, Hubs, I would follow that toe of the Ferrari because you can get a lot closer to him. As you can see, he pulls right up behind him. Bravo, or Ross right there, just in case anything happens between Bill and Hubs. Bravo having a great recovery race. Looking quite pacey right behind Ross. He's going to go for the inside move. Looks like he's going to take that position. Give Ross a bit of a shoulder. Mercedes up to P4. What is ABR Ryan going to do in the Alfa Romeo? Lap 16 out of 22. Devla right behind. I think Devla can make up a lot of positions. If something happens like Ross having a moment there at the back end, catching the car quite nicely, that's going to put Ryan up in position. Ryan goes to P5. Goes a bit early in the entry though. That's going to hinder his exit. Oh, easy does it, guys. Hubs now second off of Jake in that Ferrari just ahead. DRS should come back online for these guys. Bill holding nicely right behind that AlphaTauri. Oh, Bravo goes for a pretty wide exit there. It's going to open the door for Ryan to have a look. He does have Ross right behind. Bravo having a pretty wide exit again, so Ryan's going to have a look. It's going to be a pretty tall order, though, to pass a Mercedes on the straight line. DRS is going to be available, though. I think Bravo, he's not going to have DRS. We'll see on the straight line. Bravo trying to break the toe. Look at the power between the AlphaTauri and the Alfa Romeo. Both have DRS. And there's a smooth sailing for Ross around the Alfa Romeo. Ryan's going to have a look, but I think that's going to be Ross's position. As Hubs takes the lead of this race, Devlin gets another 3-second time penalty. Jake falls to P2. Still outperforming that Ferrari, I believe, just a bit. And Bill hold on to the back of the Ferrari. Bravo now chasing these guys. Could Bravo have a lead, or not a lead, but a podium? Or look at the podium. Hubs is on 3 seconds, though, so he's got to break that toe between himself and the Ferraris. What has happened to Ross? Ross has had a moment. Ross pulling down to P7, putting ABR Ryan up to P5. This is the lead, the battle for the lead, though. Oh, Hubs! Oh my gosh, I thought he was going to crash. That was a mega wide exit. Something has happened. Definitely might have had a moment, caught the rear end yet again. Let's put Ross back up to P6. See how much distance Hubs can put himself in between him and that Ferrari. Let's ride on board with Bravo. On paper, he has the quickest car ahead of these three that are ahead. Let's see what he can do. Actually, let's ride on board with Bill, who's chasing that Ferrari. Is Jake gonna have a move on Hubdy? I don't know if he's close enough. Bravo does have DRS as well. He should be catching these guys quite quickly. Jake a little bit behind. Hubs has a bad entry. It's gonna hinder his exit, making that car pretty wide. Gonna hold on to P1 as the time stands. Oh, Hubs has gone wide. That's gonna open the door for Jake to go back to P1. Jake takes over P1. Bravo, who has Ryan right behind him, right on that gearbox. All five battling for the win of this race. Welcome to Realistic, where you have drivers who have Tier 1 capability in an Alfa Romeo like Ryan, who are chasing for a win. We have Bravo, a Tier 2 driver in that Mercedes. Bill is a Tier 2 driver in the Alpine. Hubs, who is borderline Tier 2, or, oh no, Devlin's retired. Is that going to be a safety car? No, it's just going to be a yellow sector, so we're going to stay with racing. Lap 18 out of 22. We have 4 laps left. Oh, Ryan getting a bit pacey behind that Mercedes. Bit of gearbox touching. Ross could have a look back at these guys. Let's see how quickly this AlphaTauri. Oh, Hubs. Oh, that's going to give him a moment. Bill's going to go on past. Who is Robbo going to follow? Hubs tucks in behind Bill. Can Bill go and chase Jake for that win? Both drivers don't have a time penalty to their name. Oh, Hubs. Hubs has had a moment. Oh no, he was in a podium position too. I know he does have time penalties to his name, but unfortunate for the AlphaTauri driver. No damage to the car though. Should be able to continue, but he's going to be down a bit of ways. That puts Ryan up to P4. Ryan gives a nice tap to the gearbox of Ross, trying to encourage him to go a little quicker. Ross right now could have a podium. What can Bill do in that Alpine to chase down? Bravo looking mighty pacey behind him in that Mercedes. He does have a time penalty to his name. No! Bravo loses the back end of the car. Oh, some of the days, it looks like he's just given himself a bit of damage to his rear wing as well. So that's going to hinder his downforce. Yeah, he's got damage. Oh, no! Temperatures aren't ready for that corner. And Bill pull in Jake. He's got about 3 laps to go. Ross having a rear end moment. That's going to put ABR Ryan back up to a podium position, potentially, because Ross does not have DRS to defend. But Alpine has a lot more horsepower. Dev left the session. Unfortunate for himself this evening. Do appreciate him reserving. Oh, I think Ross went a bit wide. That's going to give ABR Ryan. Let's see. Look at that. I mean, look at the speed that Ross still has with ABR Ryan having DRS ahead of him. It's going to be a shootout between these two, I think, for P3. You know Ryan is going to try to do it on paper. He does have a time penalty. Can Bill get close enough to Jake to have a go here in the final 2 laps? Bravo pulls into the pits. Get off those scrubbed mediums. Maybe try to set the fastest lap of the race. ABR Ryan, 3-second time penalty to his name. That's going to put him up to 6 seconds. What has happened to Ross? Ross is off. And this race has just been, I think it's caught a lot of drivers off. I know a lot of guys are used to the equal performing cars, but Realistic is a whole nother animal when it comes to the handling of these cars. Each one of them are different with characteristics. Ryan pulling a toe between himself down between Bill and the Alpine. This man, just whatever car he's in, it baffles me how he can get the performance out of the car. Chasing the Alpine ahead of him. Bill now 1.7 behind himself and Jake. Jake, the man who was a bit shaken up with the fact that he was moved to Ferrari, leading this race here. Penultimate lap, can he hold on to this lead and take a victory for a Ferrari team at the Belgian Grand Prix? Bill has ABR Ryan behind him with DRS. Ryan closely behind. Let's jump on board. This is the closest battle we have right now on track, with a lot of guys crashing out, unfortunately. Bill now 2.4 is losing time to Jake ahead in that Ferrari. These tires are starting to give up on a couple of the guys, while you have ABR Ryan, who's on pretty used up soft compound, but I'm sure they still have a bit of performance behind them. See what happens with Ryan and DRS. Final lap of the race starting now. Jake looks like he might just about take it, unless he gets a 3-second time penalty in this final lap. It could open the door for Bill. Bill's got to hold on to that 3-second gap just in case that happens. What's going to happen up the hill? Is ABR Ryan going to get a run on the Alpine? It looks like it's going to be the case. Hubney sets the fastest lap of the race. Here we go, final lap. duel between the two drivers down the Camel Straight. AB Ryan's gonna take P2. They gotta hold behind the Ferrari though, in case he gets a time penalty. This could be Bill's race. But it could be Jake's race. Rabo sets the fastest lap in that Mercedes, more than 144.6. That's gonna be an extra, I believe it's 3 points here at SF1. Oh, AB Ryan lost it. Where's Ross in this? Ryan gets back on track. Where's Ross? Ross is coming up now. Is he close enough? There's Ryan. Ross could get a podium. He's 2.5. Ryan's struggling a little bit on the soft compounds, but this man, what a race it's been. He's taken a Ferrari, and he's going to extend his gap at this championship between himself and Bill. Bill right behind him, though. Ryan having a bit of so Ryan sitting P2 in the championship is going to fall and lose a couple more points. Rabo gets himself a 3-second time penalty, but this man in a brand new Ferrari, his new team, is going to cross the line and win the Belgian Grand Prix. Bill is going to make it 4 out of 4 in podiums. Ryan is going to cross the line, but I think he's going to lose out to a podium position to Ross. ABR Ryan crosses P3. Ross is going to take P3 though. How about Hubs? He's struggling a little bit in the final chicane. I think he's going to stay P5 for this race. Does so. And Rabo has set the fastest lap, so it's going to be 3 extra points to his name in that Mercedes. It's going to cross the line in P6. Remember, I can't do podium interviews. I'm having Xbox Live issues, fortunately. So SF1 Rabo takes P6. What a strange race that was. Bit of controversy. Definitely a memorial happening on lap 12. Ross Plum gets the driver of the day. Alright, we'll give you guys a rundown of this crazy race that happened. Jake takes the victory here at the Belgian Grand Prix in that Ferrari team. We have Bill coming across the line in P2. Ross grabs P3. We have AB Ryan in 4th. We have Hubdy finishing 5th. Bravo, the final of our finishers this evening in P6. Losing out, we have Devla, we have SF1 Stig, Seal, Phil, Operator, and Allow Your Face. So I would normally do the podium interviews, but yeah, Xbox Live is having issues, so I'm gonna do the podium interviews over on Discord. Give them the chat there if you guys are listening to me now. But I'll give you guys a look into next week. Next week we are at the Singapore Grand Prix for round 6. Make sure you tune in. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful week. Rest up if you guys are feeling sick. I know some of the guys are. I know a lot of guys are going to be able to make it back next week, so make sure you tune in. It should be a higher grid than 12 drivers, but tonight was a wonderful race. We'll see you guys next week. Hopefully everybody has a wonderful, safe week. SF1 Roads is going to sign out. I'm going to go enjoy some time with my family. My daughter just woke up from a nap, so I'm excited. But until next week, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Belgian Grand Prix for SF1 Realistic Tier here for round 5. On to next week. We will see you soon. Good night. Have a wonderful week.